Rip, your videos just keep getting more and more annoying with each passing week. You need to tone it down. Tone it down? Tone it down? You need to tone it down! Sometimes she needs to go ahead and surrender to the old noodle. You know what I mean? I knew you would. Got another coil building tutorial for you guys. So today, I'm going to show you guys how to build the Diamond Coil. What is the Diamond Coil? Here's a little peek for you. So before I dive down and show you guys how to build this bad boy, I'm going to vape on it, talk about it, compare it to all the other coils that I've showed you guys how to build, like the Tricro coil, like the regular old micro coil, the nano coil, the nano dragon coil, all that good stuff. Talk about flavor, vapor, throat hit. You guys know me. I'm always trying to push the envelope, trying to find better flavor, trying to find better vapor, trying to find a better throat hit. I am always pushing the envelope to help you guys get a better vape. And that's when I came across this Diamond Coil. I am a flavor junkie. Look, any type of micro coil that you build is going to chuck the vapor. But flavor, on the other hand, it's hard to build something that produces better flavor, in my opinion, than something like the Tricro or the Nano Dragon. First you got the micro, then the nano, and those produce some of the best flavor. But then when you start building the Nano Dragon and then you start building the Tricro coil, I mean, that flavor is really hard to beat, and my goal is to find a coil that produces better flavor than the Tricro or the Nano Dragon. And then came the Diamond. If I didn't mention, this is a 1.8 ohm Diamond Coil. I'm running it at 20 watts. I just put 7 drops in here. Well, as you guys can see, the vapor is a chucking. That's not what really blows me away. I mean, vapor is going to chuck anytime you build something like a micro coil, Tricro, whatever. Those micro coils produce more heat, they cover more surface area, they just produce more vapor than any other coil that I've come across out there. This coil produces vapor along the lines of the Nano Dragon and the Tricro. But what really caught my surprise was the flavor this coil produces. With that last picture I showed you, I'll go ahead and show you again right now. So you got 2 coils sitting diagonally at the top, 2 coils sitting diagonally at the bottom, okay? A total of 4 coils in one. Those coils go in the shape of a circle, but produce an open shape of a diamond in the center. Those 4 nano coils have 1 wick running through them, okay? It's not only the way that you wrap the coil, it's how you wick it too, which makes it that much better and really brings out the flavor. Like I just said, you've got those 4 coils in the shape of a circle. A lot like the Tricro coil, it's open in the center, and that allows the airflow to run through the chamber, which gives you even more vapor production. Going back to the Tricro coil, the reason why you had so much flavor was those 2 nano coils that sit at the top, okay? That produce the heat and the density. Well, those 2 top coils gave you that flavor, and that bottom coil gave you the vapor production. Well, with the Diamond Coil, imagine it being like the Tricro coil, but add 2 more coils at the bottom. That's how much more flavor you are getting off this coil than the Tricro. Now, it's not like a huge amount of flavor boost, but it's very noticeable. I noticed that I can put less drops in here and retain more flavor longer, get more hits than I could with the Tricro or even the Nano Dragon. You got more heat, you got more coils in one than the Nano Dragon or the Tricro coil, which produces kick-ass flavor. All I'm gonna do is put 7 more drops in. And it'll last me like 15 hits before I have to put 7 more drops in. Now notice with the Tricro coil, it was like 5 to 7 hits before I had to put, 10 drops in. With the Nano Dragon, it was a little bit more. It was something like, like 10, 12 hits before I had to put, 8 to 10 drops in and go. With this, I only have to put 7 drops in and I get like 15 hits out of it. That is sickest hits right there. So now that I explained why this coil performs so well, I'm going to show you guys how to build it. The first two things you're going to need is about 6 to 8 inches of 28 gauge Kanthal and something small in diameter like a 20 gauge syringe needle. So all I'm going to do is 16 wraps, and I'm going to space each one of them every 4 wraps, okay? So it's going to be 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 different coils in one, which equals 16 wraps. Fourth wrap, now I'm going to space it and then start again. Fourth wrap, space it, start again. Fourth wrap, space it, last coil. Got to go in and fix this coil in the end, pull it in. So these aren't tidied up, but as you can see, you got 4 coils. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all we did was space it between each coil. Next thing I'm going to do is take this coil off the 20 gauge syringe needle. All I'm going to do is go in and squeeze each coil, tidy it up a little bit. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now I'm going to repeat that process, tidy them up even more and more and more until they're as neat and compact as possible. I'm going to face the 2 tails down just like that, and I'm going to start with this end. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up and bend it this direction. Same thing with the second coil. Okay. Go back up at the top coil again. Bend it a little more. What you're doing is you're bending these coils into a circle until this tail end meets this tail end in the center. And it's going to end up being a circle, but it looks like a diamond shape in the center. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's that diamond we're looking for. Just like that right there. Now we're moving in the right direction. As I'll take these tweezers and the sharp end I'll insert just like that inside this last coil to get more grip to pull it in. You got to make sure that this coil does not touch this coil because you will short out. We got to make it to where both these tail ends are moving in the right direction. And all I'm going to do is place the 20 gauge syringe needle in one of the coils just to give it stability, and I'm just going to pull up on that coil so that we know that it's going in this direction. And then with this coil, I'm going to do one more half turn to get it going in this direction. What I'll do is I'll take these tweezers, tidy this coil up a little bit. The Diamond Coil. And those tails are going in the same direction. The longer tail is going into this connection. The shorter tail is going into that connection. And once I have the coil in there, all I'm going to do is position it, and I'm going to position that diamond, the center diamond that is going to be our open space, to be right in front of the positive negative connection. I want that space to be right in front of the space between this connection and this connection right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten down these connections just a little bit. That way I can play with them a little bit more and mold it the way I'd like it. Take my tweezer, pull it in. I want to get that diamond. It's important you get that diamond shape and you make these two coils as close together as possible without touching, because it really does make a difference in the quality of your vape. You want this diamond space to be in between the two posts, okay, because you want that airflow just like the Tricro coil. But how this coil is even better than the Tricro coil as far as flavor wise is you got 4 nano coils instead of 2 up top and 1 at the bottom. Pull these leads up and clip them. Okay, all we're going to do is we're going to fire it up to see if she glows properly, and we're going to fix her up, get her glowing from the inside out in each coil. Oh, that's already looking damn good right there. It's a 1.4 ohm coil. We should be able to get to about 1.5, 1.6, maybe 1.7. Just like we did before, tidy these coils up, get them close together. It becomes easier to mold them into that diamond shape that we talked about once you've heated those coils up. Alright, that's about as good as we're going to get right there. Yeah, I told you. And that is at 1.7 ohms. So I've got this tiny little piece of cotton, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to thread one side. I'm going to take this piece of Kanthal as my guide. Then I'm going to guide this piece of cotton through this nanocoil right here. As you can see, just like that. Then what you're going to want to do is guide this cotton piece on this side, just like that. Pull some through. So on each side you want cotton touching the deck, okay, from both of the bottom coils. And you also want the cotton going through each of these coils on either side to be able to slide through there with ease. I find that when you leave just the strands of cotton touching the base, you don't even need a cotton cloud, and it also increases your flavor a little bit too. You see these two rabbit ears right here, these long rabbit ears at the top. All we're going to do is twist these together. Okay, so once you twisted those together, you're just going to want to make sure that that twisted wick up top is sitting on those Phillips heads, okay? And the reason why you want to make sure they're sitting on the Phillips heads is because when you drip from the top and it hits this wick, it's going to go all the way down, and it serves as another reservoir, okay? So after a while, once this wick and coil is completely saturated with juice, it constantly wicks from the top to the bottom. Every time you put a drop in, the heat absorbs the juice into the wick, which then travels right down to the coil. Since the wick is sitting at the top, you have to put less drops in, and you notice how there's no cotton down here. You don't even have to put a cotton cloud in. Like I said, 7 drops, and I can get 15 good hits out of it, okay? Oh yeah. Before I move forward, you want to make sure that the hole is right over that hole in that coil, okay? Right over the center. Flavor is just, that's where this coil got me, was flavor. I mean, the vapor production is kick-ass. I mean, it's right there with the Tricro and the Nano. The Nano Dragon coil produces a little bit more vapor than the Tricro, but this coil produces better flavor than the Nano and better flavor than the Tricro. If I were to rate those three coils, I would have to say Nano Dragon produces more vapor than any of them, okay? That thing chucks the vapor and with ease. The Tricro chucks the vapor and has the Nano Dragon coil beat on flavor. This coil produces just as much vapor as the Tricro, but the flavor is better than the Tricro, and it's quite a bit better than the Nano Dragon. I mean, flavor is kick-ass. Kick-ass! Alright, this is to my boy Brad Myers, good buddy of mine. He didn't like the Tricro coil that much. Brad, I know you weren't a big fan of the Tricro, but you gotta try this. 7 drops in here, and you can go for 15 hits. Flavor is outstanding. I'm telling you, I can just keep going and keep going and keep going. 7 drops, 15 hits. It's killer. It's really killer. All it is 2 strands at the bottom. 2 strands of cotton. There's no cotton cloud. This is Rip Trippers. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment below. And remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.